Welcome back to the channel. This is everyone's game. It's been a while since we had a fantasy football team selection, so today we're gonna get into the UCL fantasy team selection right ahead of the quarterfinal deadline. So before I choose my team, I'm just gonna do the bracket game that they released, because in deciding who I think will win each game, win the semifinals, and eventually become the eventual winners of the Champions League, that will help me determine which players I should be keeping into my team and which players I should possibly take out to prevent having to make additional transfers between the rounds. These are my final picks. I chose Liverpool and Bayern because I think they have the easier games within the quarterfinals. It doesn't mean that Benfica and Villarreal are gonna lay over and let these teams run through them. However, I think both Liverpool and Bayern have the stronger assets, the stronger players, more attacking players. Therefore, they will be able to get through the rounds. So between Man City and Atletico Madrid, I think Man City definitely has all. They have enough players to field two teams for this game, and they will be a bit more attacking. They'll go for it a lot more. Everyone knows that when Man City plays, you barely get any ease up. So I think Man City will get the better of Atletico Madrid. Out of all of the games, Chelsea and Real Madrid seems to be the toughest one to predict, especially with Chelsea losing 4-1 over the weekend. So I'm hoping Chelsea can pick it up, because if they don't pick up from the mistakes of over the weekend, I do think Real Madrid has the opportunity to take advantage of that. But I do think that Chelsea is the better team. They should be stronger defensively, and they'll get the goals, hopefully. So that's why I chose Chelsea. Out of Liverpool and Bayern, I'm purely making this decision based on heart, because I really want Liverpool to go through to the finals and to eventually win. But Bayern also they have Lewandowski, they have goal scorers, So, and sometimes Liverpool is shaky in their defense because their defense is also very attacking. So I'm hoping that Liverpool will be able to maintain their defense and also get more goals than Bayern over the semi-finals. Between Man City and Chelsea, definitely Man City, without a doubt, will go ahead of Chelsea. So I'm predicting that the final will be a Liverpool Man City, and heart again, Liverpool is gonna come out on top. So with this in mind, I'm gonna be making transfers. Okay, so this would have been my Matchday 8 team. I got 83 points, and I would have captained Lewandowski, so that would have helped me a great deal. As you can see, I have 4 players that are eliminated. So Mbappe, Kamara, Hala, as well as Alvarez has been eliminated. So we're gonna take them out of the team.
So this is the final team selection. These are the players that I would like to bring into my team. I have Luis Diaz as well as Vinicius Jr. as the forwards that I am bringing in to replace Mbappe and Hala. Between Luis Diaz and Diego Jota, I would prefer to have Luis Diaz. However, whichever one of them starts is who I will bring right before the deadline when the lineups are released. I will have a look at it to see who to bring in, and also what is good about this team selection is it leaves me with zero point 0.3 million in the bank. Diego Jota is currently priced at 8.4 million, which means it's a zero point 0.3 million difference between him as well and Luis Diaz. So whichever one starts, I have the ability to bring them in based on the remaining budget that I have. In terms of Vinicius Jr., I think that I could consider Karim Benzema. However, I don't have the funds to do so, and there weren't any other forward options that I would have liked to bring in besides Thomas Muller. But I am trying to avoid triple ups as well as quadruple ups on players that I don't think will make it past the semifinals. So in my midfield, I had Phil Foden, and I am taking a hit to get Phil Foden out. I could possibly leave him, but it will hold more funds, and I probably wouldn't be able to make the transfers that I do want to make. So I took out Phil Foden, and I'm putting in Danjuma. So I have two Villarreal attackers. I have what I believe to be the two best Villarreal attackers at this point in time. And if they do get any goals, I think it will come from Danjuma or Parejo. I also brought in Leroy Sané. He is extremely attacking. He gets ball recoveries and he has been getting either goals or assists. And I think he can continue to do that. So it's a benefit to have him in my team. The other midfielder that I'm bringing in is Kante. Kante again, he racks up ball recovery points and he also gets the occasional assist or goal. I think within the UCL, he has been performing a bit better and that can only help in terms of me getting points. I had four Chelsea defenders. I had Thiago Silva, Reece James, Mendy in goal, as well as Chalobah, and I felt like I didn't want to have four Chelsea defenders. They basically messed it up last weekend, and sometimes Chalobah may not start. I think right now I'm not too sure if Chalobah would start ahead of Reece James. So I'll keep Reece James in. Hopefully he starts. Hopefully he can contribute positively to the team. But I'm just trying to prevent the scenario where Chelsea either concedes or more than one of the Chelsea defenders don't start. They also play on the second day, which means if they blank, I would not be able to change them. So it makes sense for me to take a hit and take out one of the Chelsea defenders, and that unfortunately is Chalobah, who is a player that I really like. But I'm going to bring in Nicolas Sule because he has been getting ball recoveries. Ball recoveries is makes such a difference in the UCL. So I'm bringing in players that get a lot of ball recovery points. So Sule has had a lot of ball recovery points. He had also contributions in terms of goals and assists. So I'm going to bring in Nicolas Sule, and hopefully this is the best team that I can make given my available funds and my available players. That has been my team selection video for the UCL Fantasy ahead of the quarterfinal deadlines. I will obviously be waiting for the lineups to drop to see if I need to make any additional changes to this team. If I do, I will post it after the deadline. Let me know down below in the comments if you think this is a strong team, what changes you would have made. And also just a reminder, make sure that all of the players that are playing on the first day, which is the 5th, are in your starting lineup. All right. Make sure any player that is playing on the 6th, you put them on the bench, and make sure you put your captain on a player who is playing today on the 5th. All right. So this is the everyone's game team selection video ahead of the UCL fantasy deadline. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to support this channel. Leave a like, subscribe, put on your post notifications, and thank you for supporting this channel. We'll see you in the next video.